This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories.
And welcome to my review of LEGO Dimensions. I'm looking not only at the game, but also all of the DLC added onto it. I have played through all of the levels, and honestly, I really love this game. It's one of the best games that TT Games ever released, and it's a really fun game with some really interesting stuff in it. I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I had such a fun time playing through this, and although it's kind of expensive to go and get this game for 100% completion, you could at least get all the levels for pretty decent prices, besides a few which you do need like $15, $20 for some of those DLCs, but most of them you could get for $2 or $3. And yeah, honestly, this game was so fun to play through, and the main story of it is really good. With it, you get to play as one of the oddest combinations that you could ever have in really any fictional story, which is to have Batman and Gandalf together. It is such a unique story. It is really fun. You get to fight through so many different types of villains, whether from classic movies like The Wizard of Oz, some animated classics like The Simpsons, or some true legendary stories like The Lord of the Rings, or some famous villains like the Joker and Lex Luthor from DC. It is such an interesting game and is so unique. I thought that having their own unique villain for it, being Lord Vortek, was pretty cool, but that's honestly just the small part of it, and it gets even better when you're playing the DLC and you can play through so many different iconic movies and a few more modern ones, which are the ones that have longer story packs since they were to kind of go with these movies releasing. Those movies were Fantastic Beasts, the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot, and the Lego Batman movie. And of all of them, I think the Lego Batman movie one was the one I enjoyed the most of those three, mainly because I enjoyed the story for it. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, and we all know that reboot was a disaster. So, yeah, that's really it for those. But the Lego Batman movie one, it's also, I think, the best of them that I played. It's a really fun one and does a really good job doing that story, and it's also kind of built for Dimensions because it has all these different properties crossing over, and it's one where you really aren't seeing that many changes in the story because everything that you can see cross over basically did cross over in it, and it was so much fun to watch and play through. And yeah, honestly, it was just such an incredible time I had playing it. I really did have just so much fun with this. I really enjoyed the story that was being told. And yeah, honestly, I really highly recommend getting this. At least the base game, and at least some of the DLC. You can see all of it if you check my videos, but ones I definitely would recommend is the Adventure Time one, which was really fun. I definitely say Lego Batman movie one, and the Ghostbusters one was fun, but it kind of had some unnecessary parts in it. And some of the ones I would probably say to avoid is the Back to the Future one because honestly, it's way too short. I never really watched Back to the Future in its entirety, but I could tell this game did not do a good job interpreting it because it was only like, I think, like a 20-30 minute level. One that I think it really depends on if you're a classic arcade person or not, because I'm fine with classic arcade games, but I felt like it was maybe a little too much. Was the Midway Arcade one, which is literally just you playing ports of old arcade games. And although I thought that it was cool, I feel like it's just so odd for that to be in a Lego game. And I did enjoy it though, but if you just want to play like a normal Lego game and you don't want to be playing like classic arcade, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you like playing classic arcade, I would recommend it. And yeah, there's honestly just so many different DLCs, and honestly, I never watched the 2016 Ghostbusters or Fantastic Beasts, but I still thought they did a good job with them. And also some other stuff, like if you're a fan of something like Doctor Who, I would definitely recommend that. But it's still a decent level, but it's one that you need to have to get to some awesome locations that are hidden throughout the game. There's some other fun stuff you can go and play through. Just so many different stories. And another fun one was the Mission Impossible one. I haven't watched all of them. I've watched like a few of the Mission Impossible movies, but it's still a fun one. I was saying the same about Portal 2. I haven't really played those games, but it was still a fun gaming experience. The Sonic ones, that's a fun one, but that game level just dragged on. And that was one problem I had that one specifically because I guess it would be really good for great Sonic fans. But with that one, it just felt like the level kept going on, and I kind of wanted to finish it up and play other levels, but it just felt like it kept dragging on. The Goonies one, it's a pretty fun one, although it has partially the same problem as Back to the Future, where it feels a little short, but it still does most of the movie. It kind of cuts out the first third of the movie, but still, it's still a fun level. And other stuff that was fun. The Simpsons level is also fun. I think that's all the levels. But yeah, it's all fun. I definitely recommend to get it. And it's still an enjoyable game. I really do enjoy it and had so much fun playing it. The story is really interesting and it's really cool to see all these different characters interact together. And really, the playable characters is just whatever your wallet can afford because it's really fun. I honestly want to get probably all of them eventually. I'm not going to do that right now because, as you saw yesterday, I'm buying that Rivendell set on March 5th, and that set's $500. Well, really $400 for me since I'm using $100 of VIP points. But yeah, honestly, I really love this set. And unless something changes, I should be buying the Legion of Superheroes movie later today to watch, and I'll have a review of that out probably tomorrow. But yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to add in because I really did enjoy them. I really do enjoy those movies, and can't wait to have that review out. Wasn't sure what I was going to do on Thursday, but I'll probably do that. And also, I'm going to be working as hard as I can to get that Bad Batch review out later today. I'll be doing it as soon as I can, but I'll be waking up like 9:30ish, right on when this video comes out. And after I wake up, I'm going to have to, well, watch the episode, which is going to take about 40 to 60 minutes, depending on when, well, how long they make it be. I think there's also some other things I have to do, but at least for now, at least, unless I am called in, I don't have work. And once I finish that all up, I'll basically be in a really good spot to probably have 30, 40 minutes for me to get all the screenshots and stuff I need for it and make sure I have all the story correct in my head, go through it and record it for another 20 to 30 minutes. Although it's gonna be a lot shorter than that because it usually just takes me a little bit of time to record. Sometimes I have to do retakes and stuff like that. And finally, you will probably have that around 2, 3 o'clock at the latest. But yeah, honestly, that's really all I have for you now. But I really want to know what you think about this game. Please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories.
Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.